If you asked me right now what the last 2 videos I watched were, I'd probably say, I don't know. But despite the lack of knowledge of what I'm consuming, I'm glued. If I stop scrolling, the dopamine rush vanishes. Ever since the introduction of the smartphone, it's become astronomically easier to consume more and more without your knowledge. But we already know this. We know we should be spending less time on our phones. But what I think isn't brought up enough is how easy and encouraged it is to overconsume music. As with the rest of the apps on our phones, streaming services are inherently built to keep us hooked for longer. You see, ever since I started listening to music, I have always craved a cooler looking Spotify Wrapped. Bigger number, better person. Right? At the end of the year, I wanted to show to my friends that I listened to an absurd amount of superior music to everyone else. And believe me, I listened to a lot of music. Well, I consumed a lot of music, and there's a difference. This realization came while watching Anthony Fantano review his Apple Replay last year. The internet's biggest music nerd listened to less music than me last year, and listening to music is literally his job. And it struck me while trying to achieve such a high number of minutes listened, I spent so much time playing music and not enough time appreciating said music. Just like scrolling on my phone before bed, I was consuming mindlessly, and this damaged my relationship with the projects and artists I was listening so much to. Chromacopia took the biggest hit last year. After being on repeat for 2, 3, 4 times per day, I got tired of it, and I couldn't explain why. So despite the slightly clickbait thumbnail and title of this video, I'm making it because of my love for music. To warn you that consuming too much can take away the magic from projects deserving your full attention. And to fall back in love with music, I changed one fundamental thing. I started choosing when to listen to music intentionally. The reason I had fallen out of love with my favorite projects was that I was simply using them to fill the silence in my life. Our brains crave stimulation, which is why eating without YouTube feels worse than getting kicked in the head by a horse. But stimulation in excess can overload our nervous system and place us in a numb state of addiction without enjoyment. Imagine your favorite dessert. Indulging in it once a month is a delicacy, but after having it every night, you grow sick and tired of it. It didn't change, it didn't get worse, you simply overconsumed. So while constantly listening to my favorite albums during work, waiting for the bus, and walking between classes, I was subconsciously depreciating them. Boredom to my brain is scarier than just about anything else in this world, and so continuously filling the silence with music comforted me. But this music was just noise, constantly overconsumed to numb out the possibility of boredom. In a 2014 study titled Just Think: The Challenges of the Disengaged Mind, it was found that 67% of men and 25% of women would rather receive an electric shock than sit disengaged for 15 minutes. Many of our brains would rather receive pain than just exist. Now, last semester, I was really busy, and I felt really busy all the time. But a confounding result of merely taking off my headphones when I was just using music to fill the void was that I felt less busy. Walking between classes turned from 5 minutes that I blocked out with unconscious noise to 5 minutes that I could take a deep breath. And often confronting the uncomfortable feelings that come with this silence is much easier than you think. And the peace of a deep breath in this constantly moving life is surprisingly revolutionary. The next time you feel the pull to grab your headphones and throw on some music, question if it is a true desire to experience the music, or if your brain is just craving stimulation. I now find myself listening to music more at night when I have the time to throw on a record, or can drive in no particular direction and just sink into a project. And for those of you out there who use music to focus during work and studying, I recommend listening to brown noise. I found it to satisfy the stimulation my brain wants and also increase my focus without degrading my relationship with music. Music is a medium that deserves to be experienced fully. So I invite you to give yourself to it 100%, to connect with it, and to allow it to change you. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed a bit of a switch up in this style of video. As always, if you're new here or you're coming back, please subscribe. It's the best way to support me, and it would absolutely make my day. I hope to see you in the next video, and remember, listen consciously.